Did you know that the simple phrase, there is nothing, can be surprisingly versatile in English? It's not just about expressing a lack of something, but also about conveying a range of emotions and situations.
That's interesting. I often hear it used, but I hadn't considered its broader implications. Could you give some examples of how it's used differently?
Yeah, there is nothing is pretty versatile, but it can also be used in more nuanced ways, like expressing resignation or even to create a sense of finality.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Could you give an example of how it's used to convey resignation?
Sure, imagine you're trying to fix a broken appliance, but nothing you do seems to work. You could say, there is nothing I can do, it's beyond repair. That implies you've given up trying.
Makes sense. So it's not just stating a fact, it's also conveying a feeling in that situation.
Exactly. And regarding finality, think of a situation where someone has been through a lot of hardship. They might say there is nothing more to lose. It suggests they're fully committed to a course of action, even if it's risky.
Got it? So this structure might be used to emphasize the speaker's resolve or desperation.
You got it. It's a compact phrase that packs a powerful punch.
It's also handy, as you said, to express a lack of problems. For example, there is nothing wrong with the car.
That's a good point. You can also use it to say there's nothing to offer, like, there is nothing more I can give you.
That's interesting. So it's not just about physical objects, but also about abstract things like help or information.
Precisely. This structure can be applied to a wide range of situations. The key is to understand its context and the emotions it conveys.
So, if you're learning English, trying to understand these nuances can be quite useful for your communication skills.
Exactly. Even simple phrases can have deeper meanings. So, pay attention to how native speakers use them and incorporate those meanings into your own usage.
Makes sense. Let's dive into a few examples to see how this phrase works in different contexts.
Okay, let's see how well you've grasped the concept. Which example best illustrates the phrase, there is nothing to do here, in the context of the podcast?
Well, I'd say it's about boredom, right? So maybe being stuck in a boring meeting or something like that.
Exactly. That's a classic case of there is nothing to do. Good job. Now, according to the speaker, what's a key benefit of using the there is nothing structure in English?
I'd say it's the versatility of the phrase. You can use it in a lot of different ways.
Right, it's highly versatile. It's not just about stating a fact, it can convey different emotions and situations. Which of these options is not a practical example